In this first Descendant video, we're going to go over the best and quickest method to get the new Ultimate Descendant VALBY for free. To get started, the requirements for unlocking Ultimate VALBY are reaching the hard mode map areas and being able to defeat the hard mode boss Molten Fortress and the hard mode boss Frostwalker. We're going to go over all the material parts needed, from the hardest material parts first to the easiest material parts towards the end. Starting off with the two hardest parts, these are the VALBY code and the VALBY enhanced cell. For VALBY's ultimate code, the best and fastest option is material pattern 125 AA. This gives you the highest drop rate chance out of all the options. It also requires defeating the hard mode boss Molten Fortress. For those unable to defeat Molten Fortress, the next best option would be material pattern 87 AA, which requires you to defeat the hard mode boss Pyromania instead. However, you have a lower drop rate chance of 10%. Back to material pattern 125, and where you can farm it is the mission quarantine zone located in the map area fortress at the Fallen Ark location. Once there, hit the change button to switch to the correct material pattern. It is a 100% drop rate for any score the mission is completed on. You also have an extra chance to get an extra material pattern 125 depending on your score. Once you've completed the mission and received the pattern drop, you want to defeat the hard mode boss Molten Fortress or Gluttony and use the reconstruction device. Moving on to part 2 of 4 and the second hardest part to acquire, which is VALBY's enhanced cell. The best and fastest option here is pattern 115 AA, which gives you a 32% drop rate for the part. It also requires you to defeat the hard mode boss Gluttony or Frostwalker. You can get material pattern 115 as a 100% drop chance from the hard mode mission The Haven in the map area Hagios at the location The Corrupted Zone. Again, you have the chance to get an extra pattern depending on your mission score. Again, it's the same steps as the previous VALBY part. Once you get the pattern, you either choose hard mode boss Gluttony or Frostwalker to defeat, and then once defeated, use the reconstructor for a chance at the drop. On to part 3 of 4, and here we have Ultimate VALBY Spiral Catalyst. Here the best and fastest option is material pattern 73 AA, which gives you a highest drop rate of 20%. It also requires you to have void shards for activating the fusion void bosses. The only way to get material pattern 73 is as a outpost mission, but as an infiltration reward only, meaning you must disable the towers instead of destroying them. The drop chance for this pattern is 25% if all the towers are disabled. The less towers you disable, the lower the drop rate. The mission location is in the map area Vespers at the location Lost Supply Depot for the strategic outpost mission. To disable towers, you need the Descendant Sharon or be in a party with her. For those who don't have Sharon, you can try World Chat help by typing in the World Chat pattern 115 AA Sharon party. For solo Sharons, you need the following defensive stats: 7,600 HP, 200 shields, and 17,900 defense. Even with these stats, you're going to be using up death counts. On top of this, your active camouflage skill needs to be on rank 3, as each extra rank gives you a longer duration. These are the following Descendant modules used for tankiness and skill duration, plus HP and defensive accessories. A quick 30-second guide for solo Sharons. At the start of the mission, you want to set up behind the orange walls. Once all 3 towers are deactivated, use the walls or metal cube behind you as cover. If you're unable to disable any towers as your camouflage has run out, then you need to destroy them as you normally would. After this, the mini boss will show. Once you've taken out a decent amount of mobs, focus on the mini boss for a chance at the pattern drop. Also, to make the ultimate VALBY unlock even faster, while you're waiting for the 50-second respawn timer, you can collect the standard materials semi-permanent plasma nearby from the resource boxes via the following pathing. Once you reach this box, get back to the mission as you want to be behind the orange wall before the mobs spawn in.
Entering
Once you get the material pattern drop, go to the void fusion reactor mission for that pattern, again located in the vespers in the supply depot area. It also requires the polymer and organic void shards. Once there, you want to interact with the void fusion reactor and defeat the mini boss. Use the reconstructor for a chance at the drop. For the final part, we have VALBY stabilizer. Here you have two options, material pattern 55 AA and material pattern 113 AA. Both give you a 32% drop chance of receiving the part. The only way to get both material patterns is via infiltration outpost missions once again, meaning you must disable the towers instead of destroying them. The drop chance for these patterns are also 25% if all towers are disabled. The less towers disabled, the lower the drop rate. The mission location for the material pattern 55 is in the map area Kingston at the location The Fallen Theatre. The mission location for material pattern 113 is in the map area Hagios at the location The Forward Base. I would recommend switching between patterns until you find an empty server or another Sharon or group that knows what they're doing. You also have the option to type in chat to explain what you're doing, or go to world chat to find a party with a Sharon if you do not have her. For those that do have her, the best method is to stand out of vision in this area and then grapple onto this ledge and start from tower C. Again, to make the ultimate VALBY unlock even faster while waiting for the 50-second timer, you can collect the standard material reptons from nearby resource boxes via the following pathing. Same as before, once you reach this box, get back to the mission to be out of vision before the enemy mobs spawn back in. Again, same as the previous VALBY part, once you get the material pattern drop, go to the void fusion reactor mission for that pattern with the required void shards, interact with the void fusion reactor and defeat the mini boss. Once the mini boss is defeated, use the reconstructor for a chance at the drop. Finally, for the rare materials, you have conductive metallic foil, you also have heat plasma battery and the macromolecule biogel. For the conductive metallic foils, you want to be opening the encrypted vaults in the vespers. You will be needing precision codes for this and an optional ultra precision codes to make it even quicker. The best and fastest vespers encrypted location would be in the ruins in these 4 locations. This is the point where you would want to start on the map, and this is what the area looks like. You want to start off here and then follow this pathing. You also have the option to do the following missions listed, but this is nowhere near as fast as you're less likely to receive the drop, as they generally have a lower drop rate for missions. Once you've checked all the spawns, just switch the map mode difficulty and teleport to the nearest outpost again to run the farm once more. Moving on, we have the heat plasma battery materials. How to fastest farm this material is from the mission The Haven on hard mode in the map area Hagios at the location The Corrupted Zone. In this mission, the heat plasma materials have a 100% drop rate from the mini boss Elite Slayer. For the fastest farm strategy, I'd recommend reaching the Elite Slayer mini boss, and then once it's defeated, pick up the heat plasma drops and then restart the mission via returning to Albion on your main menu button and then making your way back to the mission start location for a refarm. You also want to set the bonus score adjustments for this mission to 140% for whichever adjustment rolls you are using, as this will give you a slightly better drop quantity for a faster farm. This Haven mission was also required earlier for material pattern 115 AA, so if you still need more of this material pattern, this will also be your best mission option. If you do not need more of this material pattern, then again, once you defeat the Elite Slayer mini boss, restart the farm. Lastly, for the macromolecule biogel drop locations, you have any of the strategic outpost missions in the Echo Swamp map area to choose from. The one we used is located in the derelict covert. You want to defeat the mini boss for a chance to receive the drop at a 50% drop rate. A great tip here is while you're waiting for the mission to respawn, you can collect the standard material silicons located nearby. Collecting 2 to 3 boxes and then running back will be one of the fastest ways to get ultimate VALBY's materials. Finally, for your blue standard items, these are very easy to acquire. For each of your standard items, you want to do the exact same thing as shown here. So let's take the silicon one for example. Hit your acquisition info button, and then as you can see, it shows which resource or munition boxes you need to collect. So once you're in any of these sub locations of the map area the materials was listed at, head towards the middle while pressing your rearchive scan button, and you'll find these boxes scattered around the area. They will also be noted by these diamond icons. Open them up and receive the drops. The drop rate is pretty high, probably around a 50-50 chance to receive the material. Once you found a bunch in a small area, restart the farm via changing world difficulties and teleporting to the outpost again. That's everything. You literally just want to do the exact same thing step by step with the rest of the blue standard materials.